Peace and blessings. Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom. On this episode, we're going to discuss LeBron James's mid-range shooting. Now, we all know his haters talk about how he can't shoot from mid-range and he has a horrible mid-range game, and they always try to predicate this off of the stats, which is weird to us because they always tell us the stats do not tell us the full story, or stats are not necessary when we're talking about the game of basketball. Let's use the eye test. The eye test. Well, the eye test here shows us that LeBron James could clearly shoot the basketball from the perimeter. When we're talking about shooting from mid-range, it has to be from 15 feet and out. So as you can see here, LeBron James, even in his early years in Cleveland, was shooting mid-range jumpers. He was going to the left, pulling up, shooting the mid-range. He was going to the right, shooting the mid-range, catch and shoot mid-range. So throughout his career, LeBron James has actually been a mid-range shooter. He's actually had it in his arsenal. In fact, in Cleveland, LeBron James took the most of his mid-range shots throughout his career during this span, which is the first stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers. But LeBron haters love to use stats when they want to talk about what's negative about LeBron James's game. They love to throw out the stat of LeBron James shooting about 36.5 from the mid-range in his first Cleveland stint, but they never love to bring up on how he shot when he went to Miami. Instantaneously, the first year in Miami, LeBron James shot over 44%. And that's obviously due to Miami providing LeBron James better sets for him to get a better shot off and actually better space. But in reality, LeBron James has always been able to create his own shot in mid-range and actually been effective with it, because we all know LeBron James is deadly once he gets to the rim. And this is why GOAT James haters believe LeBron James needs to have a better mid-range shot, because the fact that he is so effective at getting to the rim that defenses would not be able to stop him if he had a mid-range game. In reality, they've never been able to stop LeBron James. Even in the most clutch and crucial moments of a game, LeBron James has relied on his mid-range game. Even here in the Game 7 of the NBA Finals, the Miami Heat drew up this play right here for LeBron James to hit that dagger from mid-range over one of the best defenders of all time, Kawhi Leonard. This was a big-time shot. This is what LeBron James has been doing his entire career, and he's been able to do it without fear or hesitation. He understands exactly what he has to do. If we look at it here, it's a perfect game strategy. He understands they're going to go underneath the screen. He understands he's going to have that space, and he actually hits it. So satisfying our eye test by showing everybody how LeBron James actually does have a mid-range game, why do everybody say he cannot shoot from mid-range? Because they love to compare him to players like Kobe Bryant. But do they even know Kobe Bryant only shoots 40.6 from the mid-range for his entire career? And did they know that Allen Iverson and Dwayne Wade shoots under 40% from the mid-range for their career? So if LeBron James is considered a horrible mid-range shooter, what are these guys when it comes to mid-range shooting if we're going to use stats? Because that's what they're trying to use to say LeBron James is not good at the mid-range game. And that's comparing him to shooting guards, some of the greatest shooting guards of all time. Why are we comparing LeBron James mid-range shooting to shooting guards? Why don't we compare it to other small forwards that are in LeBron James's era? So if we bring up the numbers of Carmelo Anthony and Paul Pierce's for their career in mid-range, we can see that they shoot better than Kobe Bryant when it comes to mid-range shooting. But LeBron James is compared to these guys when these guys actually don't play the game like LeBron James. They may be small forwards, but as you can see, those guys are not as good as LeBron James at getting to the basket, because LeBron James plays above the rim. Carmelo Anthony and Paul Pierce don't play above the rim. What happens if we compare LeBron James to guys who do play above the rim? Because these are the type of players that are more similar to LeBron James's games. Guys like Tracy McGrady or Vince Carter. And as you can see, these guys are not elite mid-range shooters when we're talking about mid-range game. They technically shoot around league average, because again, the league average in today's NBA is about 41.5%. But if we take the league's history, it's definitely under 40%. But the moral of the story is that LeBron James's 38% is considered horrible. So if he has a horrible mid-range game because of 38% shooting, then what is Kobe Bryant's 40.6 and Tracy McGrady's 40.6 or Vince Carter's 39.6? But this is why LeBron James haters don't like to talk stats, because the stats help us understand the game of basketball a lot better. If we take it even further and show the small forwards that were high flyers in LeBron James's era, we can see that LeBron James is actually a decent mid-range shooter compared to other guys. These are guys that finish at the rim well and also shoot from the perimeter well, because all of these guys are good at shooting the three-pointer as well, including LeBron James. So as we can see, when we judge LeBron James by his position and player type, he is not a horrible mid-range shooter. We would have to get to the 2010s to start seeing some small forwards who have the mid-range jump shots that would actually eclipse the 40% mark when we're talking about efficiency. So at the end of the day, what LeBron James is doing in his mid-range game is actually average and on par with the rest of the league and the guys within his position and player type. But the funniest thing about all of this is that no one ever tries to compare Kobe Bryant's mid-range shooting to true elite mid-range shooters in NBA history, such as Stephen Curry, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Durant. Why does no one ever say Kobe Bryant is not as good as these guys when these guys are supreme and elite at mid-range shooting? Because as you can see, what they do from mid-range, Kobe Bryant is nowhere near that. But this is not what they do. They only like to compare LeBron James and use LeBron James as a barometer to what's considered great or not. And at the end of the day, if these are the numbers that make LeBron James horrible, doesn't these numbers also say these players are better at mid-range shooting than Kobe Bryant? But these are not the conversations that Zesty Jeffries want to have. This is why they avoid us here in GOAT James Kingdom. Because not only do we actually watch the game and use our eye test with film study, we actually know the stats. So what we're going to leave you with is some more LeBron James great mid-range jumpers.
LeBron backs up, fires over Jonas, and it falls as called. CB takes advantage of a little mouse in the house action as he backs him down. Tall though. Good defense, but a better shot.
And that's what you should do.
TD.
You get the mouse in the house.
LeBron jumping, looks good, and he hits it.
Yeah, you can tell it right there. He squared those shots.
Ginobili backing off LeBron. Now he tightens it up. 7 to shoot. LeBron handling the face. Shot right over it.
So LeBron doing a good.
Now it'll be fixed on our end. There we go. LeBron sends it for 3. He drained it.
No, it's not.
Williams on him now. Crawford over to help. Are you trying to get to Dan for Monday night's baseball? I have to get on Hey, careful. We only got so many minutes to go around here, buddy. Come on, Danny. You run into these same guys in the summer. For 3. If I'm Atlanta, I honestly feel like I beat these people. Sure. We just have to make some shots and stop these lulls in the fourth quarter.
I got to get a nice pickup lead. 58-57.
Yeah, he's a good stat guy for that.
Yeah, late fantasy edition. LeBron jumps for 2 and knocks it down.
First three, by the way.
Yeah, he's got that early on. LeBron 18-footer goes.
Like on the bench.
LeBron
safe.
You were working on your future already. See,
keeping stats.
hey, that's a skill. LeBron jumps and hits.